Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. I'm sure by now a lot of you have heard about the husband and wife duo in Texas that thwarted the attempted armed robbery of a gas station. They were both armed, they were at a gas station, some people came to rob it, they intervened, there was a shootout. Now, there seems to be some varying opinions of this husband and wife team. There are some people on the internet that are saying these guys are the perfect example of good guys with guns stopping bad guys with guns. They stepped up, they defended other people, and they're heroes. You know, it seems to be that's the opinion of some people. And then there's other people on the opposing side, the contrary side, that say these are the perfect example of what you don't want to do if you're a gun owner. They're the perfect example of bad gun owners because they got all gung-ho and macho and ran in there and engaged in a firefight with people who would have just taken the money and left if they didn't. They escalated it from a robbery to a shootout and to someone actually getting shot. One of the robbers got shot. So which one of these opinions is right? Are either of them right? Is it somewhere in the middle? What's your opinion? I'm going to tell you what my opinion is, and we'll see if my opinion jives with yours, or maybe even changes your opinion. You never know. I might see this from a perspective you don't see it from. But let's look at it. And first we're going to have to actually set the actual scene of what actually happened. Now, before I do that, though, I want to do one really quick shameless plug here. As some of you know, if you watched my video yesterday, YouTube's really been screwing with my channel. If you want to help support the channel and Pets and Vets, the things we do on this channel, go on over to Patreon, become a patron. If you become a new patron of $5 or more, or increase your current patronage, $5 or more, for every $5 you'll get one entry and you can win a silver bullet. You got 2 more days to be registered in the next drawing. The last winner was Jenga the Cat. They got him a 45 Colt solid sterling silver bullet. It's .999 pure silver, so it is 100% werewolf effective. It is an actual live round. It will actually shoot. So you will be protected from werewolves. So if you're not protected and you want to support the channel and the causes we support, and you want to take a chance at being protected against werewolves, go on over, sign up in the next couple of days, be in the next drawing for the next silver bullet. We're going to be doing it every month for every new patron of $5 or more, or every person who increases their patronage of $5 or more. So go on over, help support the channel, support Pets and Vets, and possibly win yourself a silver bullet. Now, with that being said, let's go back to the actual topic here. As I was saying, this couple, they were at a gas station. They pulled up. The husband went inside. The wife stayed in the car. Now, these are the facts as I have them. If you have different facts, let me know. The husband went in. The wife stayed outside. While they were there, a car pulled up. A couple of guys got out with guns, and they were standing there by the car, getting ready to go in and rob the place. The wife saw this, and she called her husband inside the store and let him know, hey, there are armed people out here coming in. You're in danger. And then I don't know exactly what happened. The article I read was short on details, but what was about to be an armed robbery turned into a shootout. A shootout between the couple, it says, and the armed robbers, and one of the armed robbers was shot. Boo-hoo, a criminal got shot. Now, like I was saying, some people said this was heroic. Some people said it was irresponsible. They turned a robbery into a shootout. Now, I don't know exactly how the shootout happened, whether she phoned her husband and then he was prepared in the store and he shot one of them and they ran, or if she went in to help and they all shot at each other and one of them got hit and they ran, but eventually they ran. No one got robbed. No one else got hurt. And that's the story. As far as I know. Like I said, don't know all the little fine details here. But are they heroes or are they irresponsible? Did they endanger people? Well, let's look at it from the perspective of the wife. You're sitting outside, your husband, presumably the love of your life, or at least was at one point in time, is in a store and bad guys are going in with guns. Do you have a right to feel that your husband's life is in danger or your spouse's life is in danger? Of course you do. You have every right to feel at that time like, oh my God, he could die. Now, I know naysayers and dissenters on the other side will be like, oh, in most armed robberies, if you just give them the money, they'll run. And that is true. It is most of the time. But even if it's 90% of the time, do you really want to take the chance that this is the 10% of the time that if you just comply, your loved one is going to die? Because who knows in today's age? They could just be robbers. They could have just killed 50 people and now they're on their way to Mexico and they need some money and they don't care how many more people they got to kill to do it. And if they just killed everybody, it'd be longer before the police could catch up to them. So you never know. They could be hyped up on bath salts or crack or whatever and not even know what they're doing and kill some people. So do you want to take that chance even if it's only 5%? I know I wouldn't with my loved ones. And I think that kind of lets you know how I'm going on this here right now. I'm thinking that they were totally in the right to intervene here. Because yes, there is the possibility that it could have just been a robbery and it's just the company's money. But maybe this is a small business where it's the owner's money and he barely makes it. You don't know. So maybe even he would have a reason if he was the clerk to fight back. But right now, let's just stick to the fact that these two armed guys went into a store where this woman's husband was, who she phoned him, ended up being a shootout. I think that they were absolutely in the right to do what they did. They saw a dangerous situation that is unpredictable. Like I said, you can play the odds and say, well, if we just comply, they'll take the money and go. You know, that's a way to really hedge your bets and survive situations like this. If I was in a situation like this where it was just me in some place and someone ran in to rob the place and they were robbing it, but they weren't pointing a gun at me or they weren't endangering anyone extremely, you know, it just seemed like they just wanted the money and wanted to get out of there, that would be a crapshoot whether I intervened or not. Probably not. But in this situation, she was outside, her husband was inside. She didn't know what these two guys were going to act like, what they were going to do. So she had every right to assume that her husband was in danger and call him and let him know he's in danger. And then she could act to protect him or he could act to protect himself. And the other people in the store, because you don't know, it could have ended up being a bloodbath. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. And even if it's not the majority chance of that happening, who are we to force someone to accept the odds when it comes to their family members? You know, you might even be able to make the argument that the odds were greater that they were going to get hurt by fighting back, that they made the situation more dangerous. I understand that aspect coming from the people who want to do the math. That's probably true. But here's the thing. Even if it's just 1% of the time something goes bad, if you're that 1% of the time, you got to live with that. And I'm not going to force someone to take that risk. If they want to try to protect themselves, more power to them. And if in doing so they protect other people, more power to them. Now, if they do something really stupid, like if this had ended up with, you know, the husband and wife pulled their guns and waved them around and the bad guys shot them and then shot everybody else too because they saw them shoot them, well, then I'd be like, well, these people were morons and they got themselves killed and everybody else. But that didn't happen. We have to deal with the reality of the situation, not the coulda, woulda, shouldas, because that's not real. What's real is what actually happened. So dealing with the facts of this, the fact that they engaged, no one else was harmed except one of the bad guys who was committing a crime, and no one lost their money, nothing else, I say they did the right thing because they got the right result. They obviously did it in a responsible enough manner that they didn't get hurt and the crime didn't happen. So you got to deal with the reality. You can do math all you want. That can tell you a lot of things, but it can't really predict the future completely. You know, you can't be certain. And when it comes to the life of loved ones or the life of anybody, if you're one of those people that cares about other people, I don't know why you would, but some people do. If you did, it's hard to accept the fact that someone else is endangering people, putting their lives at risk by creating the situation. Because even if you want to say these people were irresponsible to intervene, they didn't create the situation. They didn't go there that night and just wait around for someone to rob the place. The bad guys with guns trying to commit a crime created the situation. And you could say that, oh, the good guys could have, escalated the situation or made it way worse. But in this case, it looks like they made it better. Because I will take one bad guy getting shot over any good guys getting shot or anybody even just getting robbed by bad guys with guns any day of the week. Because in this case, the bad guys lost and the good guys won. So in my opinion, these guys are good guys.